90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 cast announced as these major stars return. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way is returning with a new season, featuring 6 pairs, 2 of whom are returning couples. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 6 was filled with dramatic moments and explosive breakups. While some cast members like Shekinah Garner and Sarper Guven were able to establish a strong connection and get married the following year, others like Statler Riley and Dempsey Wilkinson broke up due to a cheating scandal. Corona Blakey and Ingie Hilmer, as well as Josh McGuffey and Lily Huang, ended their relationship after attempting to make it work. Thankfully, Joanne Daijisu and Sean Heffernan are still together and seem to be going strong. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 is set to premiere in September with 6 couples. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 is set to premiere in September with 6 couples. EW just reported that 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 will premiere on September 8, 2025. The 4 new couples include Greta from Oklahoma and Matthew from England, Anthony from California and Manon from France, Patia from Texas and Dylan from Tasmania, Australia, and Chloe from Massachusetts and Johnny from Aruba. Returning fan favorites Jenny Slatten from California and Sumit Singh from India, as well as Luke Berry from California and Madeleine Perez from Colombia, will also be featured. According to the trailer posted by 90 Day Fiancé, Sumit and Jenny are dealing with financial problems that have forced them to move in with Sumit's family, while Luke and Madeleine are facing trust issues. What new cast means for The Other Way Season 7. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 cast appears truly diverse. The producers seem to have finally listened to viewer critiques in the latest season of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way. In the past, there were concerns about the repetitive casting of cast members from similar regions in the spin-off, leading to boredom among viewers. Fans seemed eager for a change and demanded more diversity in the cast, which likely prompted the network to introduce cast members from a range of countries. With 3 new locations introduced in 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7, including Aruba, Tasmania, and France, the season is on track to be its most vibrant and varied yet. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 also appears to be much more genuine because of the cast. In the past, the spin-off has featured some unconventional couples with significant age differences who appeared to have hidden agendas for being on the show. However, the sneak peek of the upcoming season suggests a cast comprised of couples who seem to be compatible and genuine. Greta and Matthew, Anthony and Manon, Patia and Dylan, and Chloe and Johnny seem to have natural chemistry. The returning cast members, like Luke and Madeleine, have also shown growth and are now facing challenges that seem unpretentious. Our take on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 cast. Jenny is finally able to share her story. The network has improved 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way by acknowledging previous criticisms and including a more diverse cast. It's also exciting that Sumit and Jenny have been invited back to the franchise. Jenny had previously mentioned that she still had more of her story to share. Now she's returning to TV, allowing her the opportunity to finally share her story with the audience that has supported her for the past 6 years. It'll be interesting to see how the new cast members' journeys on 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 will unfold. Shekinah Garner recently exited 90 Day Fiancé Season 11, and it's time for an update on her current life as a behind-the-scenes feud is taking place. Shekinah debuted in the franchise in 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 5, when she moved to Turkey to pursue her relationship with Sarper Guven. The pair's journey was followed once more in The Other Way Season 6, before Sarper moved to America on the K-1 visa and married Shekinah in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11. Shekinah and Sarper, both in their mid-40s, have carved themselves out as a unique couple in the franchise, and they've drummed up a lot of interest. Currently, Happily Ever After? Season 9 is airing, and Shekinah and Sarper are absent from the spin-off, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are done with the network for good. Shekinah and Sarper's 90 Day Fiancé journey. From Turkey to America. When Shekinah moved to Turkey in The Other Way Season 5, she had planned to return home every other month to meet up with her daughter, who was in boarding school in California. Shekinah and Sarper met on a dating app and fell in love. Sarper notoriously had slept with over 2,500 women before he met Shekinah, but was ready to drop his bad boy behavior in favor of settling down. However, Shekinah and Sarper had several major communication breakdowns, and one of their fights even turned physical when Sarper ripped out one of Shekinah's extensions out. Moreover, Sarper made a terrible impression on Shekinah's sister, SHREK-INAH, saying that Shekinah acted like a S***T. Despite their glaring relationship red flags, Shekinah and Sarper have always maintained how much they love each other. Over the last few years, it has been revealed that Sarper has a child from a previous relationship that he does not see, that he wants another child while Shekinah does not, and that Sarper has been married before, although he said he never loved his ex. Sarper and Shekinah had 90-day fiancé's first ever bedding, and although Sarper was getting cold feet, he went through with the marriage. Shekinah got approval from her daughter to marry Sarper as well. Shekinah is not living in post-marital bliss. Shekinah and Sarper have been on and off. When Shekinah and Sarper arrived at the 90-day fiancé season 11 tell-all, they were not in a good place. Their time spent married was marked by frequent arguments and emotional struggles, with Shekinah feeling unsupported and Sarper feeling like Shekinah was making him crazy. Sarper said he moved out of Shekinah's place for 10 days, that they had a tense Christmas, and that they weren't in a good place. The only thing going for them was their sex life. Although they spent the night before the tell-all apart. However, at the tell-all, Shekinah complained that she never got a wedding ring and band from Sarper. But he surprised Shekinah by delivering both. They had several fights during the tell-all, but the ring quieted things down. Online, Shekinah has shared several cryptic Instagram stories related to what seems like a breakup, but the truth remains dubious. Last month, Sarper and Shekinah were spotted at the airport in Miami with Sarper's parents, which means the pair are still trying to make things work. Amani Jlassi is releasing a diss track about Shekinah. Amani feels wronged by Shekinah. Besides her relationship with Sarper, Shekinah has been feuding with her 90-day fiancé season 11 co-star, Amani Jlassi. Amani had pre-warned Shekinah via Instagram DM that she was sorry for whatever she was going to say about Shekinah. At the tell-all, Shekinah had an attitude towards Amani, and criticized Amani's new plastic surgery reasoning. Amani also called Shekinah out for asking her privately if her throuple girlfriend, Aguirre, was trans. Amani accused Shekinah of being fake and calculated regarding her plastic surgery and social media behavior, while Shekinah said Amani's criticisms were projections fueled by jealousy and a need for attention. The women left the tell-all in a confrontation, and Amani has taken it to new heights. Amani is set to release a diss track about Shekinah, called SHREK-INAH, in which she will come for the 90-day fiancé alum who she feels wronged her. Do Shekinah and Sarper have a future in the 90-day fiancé franchise? Is 90-day the last resort in their future? Even though Shekinah and Sarper are hot and cold and have many communication issues that are a detriment to their marriage, they are a highly entertaining couple. The two are not afraid to give 90-day fiancé fans a real impression of their relationship, even if it is destructive to their images. What's more, 3 of Shekinah's 5 sisters appeared in season 11 to meet Sarper and lend advice and opinions on their relationship. The glam nature of Shekinah and her family coupled with the harsh takes given made viewers question if Shekinah, Sarper, and Shekinah's family could potentially get their own spin-off, like the family Chantel. While there is no official word on that, it's not out of the realm of possibility, given the network's need for a family-oriented spin-off. Since Shekinah and Sarper are experiencing marital problems, they would make good candidates to land on 90-day, the last resort, the franchise's therapy-style spin-off. While 90-day fiancé couple Shekinah and Sarper don't currently have their journey on air, they are popular enough and have enough plot within their relationship to remain as franchise figures with potential shows in their future. The relationship troubles between Sarper Guven and Shekinah Garner may not be over even after their betting on 90-day fiancé. Sarper, a Turkish man, and Shekinah, a a single mother from Los Angeles native, fell in love after meeting on a dating app. They entered into a serious relationship and, despite challenges, got engaged. Sarper and Shekinah had an unconventional wedding. They exchanged vows in a bedding ceremony, where they tied the knot on a bed. Despite facing problems, their sexual compatibility allowed them to navigate difficulties and maintain a healthy relationship. However, after getting married, they encountered more issues. During 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 Tell-All, Sarper disclosed that their marriage was struggling to the point where he and his wife were sleeping in separate rooms. He also shared that Shekinah had asked him to leave their house, which led him to consider returning to his home country, Turkey. Are Shekinah and Sarper still fighting? Did Sarper and Shekinah attend therapy? Sarper and Shekinah's segment concluded on a chaotic note in 90 Day Fiancé Season 11 Tell-All. As such, viewers were eager to learn whether they had reconciled or were still facing the same issues. Recently, Swan interviewed the couple and inquired about their current relationship status. Sarper stated that things had improved since Tell-All. He added, "We are still having arguments, but right now, we recover a lot more quickly." Shekinah also chimed in and revealed that they had been to therapy. She explained, "We've had a few sessions. We need more, for sure, but at least we started." Sarper wants to live in Turkey. Shekinah wishes to move to Miami. Sarper expressed his desire to return to Turkey someday, as it isn't only his home country but also where he feels most comfortable. During the interview, he discussed his future and revealed the main reason he wanted to go back. He said, "She wants to live in Miami. I'm not so close to that idea because of the weather. So humid." While Sarper didn't explicitly state that he wouldn't stay with Shekinah in Miami, he did mention that their marriage would be perfect if they moved to Turkey. While Sarper and Shekinah's relationship has improved, they still can't see eye to eye on their preferred place to reside. Why Sarper and Shekinah won't say no to filming. Sarper and Shekinah aren't leaving the franchise. Sarper and Shekinah's on-again, off-again relationship led many viewers to question whether they could mend their differences and move forward. Some even wondered if they would continue to appear on TV if their relationship issues persisted. Sarper and Shekinah have openly discussed their future with the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Sarper said, "If they want to document us, we cannot say no to them," expressing his interest in appearing in more seasons. Shekinah mentioned that many 90 Day Fiancé fans want to watch their relationship journey, and she feels obligated to keep them informed about what will happen next. 90 Day Fiancé showcases several couples as they navigate transitioning from a long-distance relationship to spending time in person. The catch is, these couples only have 90 days to figure out if they want to get married or end the relationship. This premise definitely lends itself to a lot of drama, which is a key element in making any reality television show work. When it comes to these kinds of series, many people wonder what happens to these relationships after the cameras turn off. In the most recent season, several couples faced issues that didn't seem sustainable for a relationship. However, to the surprise of many fans, there are several couples that are still together following season 11. Shekinah Garner and Sarper Guven are still together despite their difficulty connecting to her family. For those who have kept up with Sarper's journey with Shekinah in season 11, it might be shocking to discover they're still together. Sarper first met Shekinah's daughter before meeting the rest of her family. However, Sarper was very nervous about meeting her extended family. He didn't exactly start things on the right foot. Shekinah described Sarper's previous meeting with her sister SHREK-INAH and said her family had a good reason to be skeptical of him. "I do think that my sisters hold a grudge against Sarper for the way that he treated SHREK-INAH the first time that they met," she told viewers in a confessional. "We're all very opinionated and we all want the best for each other, and if we don't think that the other is getting the best, then it makes us upset, so I feel like this is intense and there's a lot riding on this meeting." Shekinah said that her sisters are very protective of her, including Ziona and Mariah. SHREK-INAH told viewers, "I feel like the amount of time that I had with Shekinah and Sarper, I didn't really get to see the dynamic and the connection between them." So it'll be nice to see if anything's different. Shekinah said that she knew her sisters weren't happy with Sarper, but seemed optimistic things would turn around. I do think that my sisters hold a grudge against Sarper for the way that he treated Sharia the first time that they met, Shekinah said, adding that Sarper had to get it right if he wanted to win over her daughter. Before the visit, Sharia told Sarper that she wanted him to show genuine growth on the big day. When the visit arrived, Shekinah's sisters asked Sarper about trust and were curious about Shekinah's possible concerns about him possibly cheating on her. It takes a level of trust, and that's what relationships are about, Shekinah told her sisters. I mean, if I had no trust in Sarper, what would be the point of me even being with him? Shekinah dismissed their concerns, and her sisters felt that she was being naive. It bothers me that she's being so naive about that kind of stuff, Zayona said. I don't like that mindset. It also didn't help when Sarper asked Shekinah's sisters if they also had geisha vibes. This was a phrase he used to describe the act of taking care of the household. She does everything, he said. She cooks, washes, everything. But this was clearly a poor choice of words on his part. Sarper just made things worse when he said he missed the old Shekinah, since he felt she was more obedient. He's just saying that I serve him and he doesn't have to ask for it, and he loves that. And that's like geisha vibes, Shekinah said, trying to clarify what Sarper meant. He just really rubs you the wrong way. He can't help himself. Even hearing him talk about how she's like a geisha. I feel the tension right now, he said. Everything is happening so quick, and you know when you missed the last exit before the bridge and you're on the bridge and you cannot go back? I feel that. Yet, despite the tension, the couple are still together. Sean Finch and Aaliyah de Batista are still together even though her tardiness ruined the wedding. Sean and Aaliyah have dealt with their share of issues in season 11 as well. Aaliyah's tardiness became an issue early on when she was 2 hours late to their engagement party. When asked why she was so late, Aaliyah didn't seem to understand what the big deal was and simply said that she didn't want to rush. At the start of their wedding day, Sean's mother, Jean, injured her ankle and hip after falling. Sean was worried about his mother, but she insisted on waiting until after the wedding to go to the hospital. She said that she didn't want to ruin his special day. This series of events made Aaliyah's lateness to their actual wedding even more insulting, especially after Jean was so kind to her. 5 p.m. was listed as the planned start time of the ceremony. The hot weather made conditions extremely uncomfortable for the guests. What made matters worse is the fact that Aaliyah didn't even start getting dressed until 30 minutes after the ceremony was supposed to start. She finally showed up to the event at 6:50 p.m. Just like the engagement party, Aaliyah never seemed concerned about her lateness. This lack of concern was shown not just in the footage of Aaliyah getting ready, but when Sean confronted her before the ceremony. While the groom is advised not to see the bride before the wedding, Sean was so upset at Aaliyah that he decided to speak to her anyway. She seemed really caught off guard by what he said, not understanding how disrespectful her actions were. I don't know if culturally that people in Brazil show up whenever they want to a wedding, Sean told viewers, but when I first put my eyes on her and see her at the top of the stairs, I am so mad at them and so angry. Sean then ordered the officiant to rush through the ceremony and just get through whatever you legally have to do. At the dinner afterward, Sean made a toast sitting down rather than standing up. He also made a flippant comment to Aaliyah, saying, "Aaliyah, thanks for coming too, finally, when you got around to it." The comment along with how rushed the ceremony was made Aaliyah very upset. While Sean's emotions were understandable, it's difficult to understand why he would go along with it. After seeing how careless Aaliyah was in her treatment of the engagement party and wedding ceremony, there was a chance to examine if this was truly what they wanted. Yet, to many people's surprise,